welcome to the channel and to the Ultimate Racing League. Now this is, I've covered this race a few times, but it's not my regular league that I cover, and it is the Beetlemania, or that's what we're calling it anyway, the Beetlemania, run on a Wednesdays. Now Darren at Idle 4 Gaming would normally be covering these, but for personal reasons he's had to take a bit of a break, so we wish him all the best and hope to have him back very soon. But in the meantime, I'm going to pick up this one. Now, this race was actually taken place before Christmas, and with the Christmas period, and as I say, with some of the stuff that's been going on in Darren's world, he was unable to do them, so I'm going to do them now. So it is a bit late, and we apologise for that, but we're here now, so we will crack on with it. We're in America at Road Atlanta. I'm just reading my notes. It's just north of a place called Braselton in Georgia, and 2.5 miles, 12 turns, and this one actually has got the famous S's in it. It's a downhill section. Well, you'll see it as we go along why it's called the S's. It's quite obvious, really. Technical track, really. Very, very quick in parts. We've got the back straight, which is about, well, looking at my notes, it is 0.7 miles long, the back straight. So, yeah, it's a great course. Now, we've got a few drivers on the track that I'm not too familiar with, so looking forward to seeing what they can do. And then we've got our regular faces that we all know and love as well. And obviously, we're in the Beetle. So let's have a look. So what we will do is I'm going to do, because it's race one, we're going to have a bit of a grid walk, shall we say? Or will we? No, we won't. You know why we won't? Because I've not written the grid thing down, so apologies for that. But what we will do is, I'm not very well organised, am I? Not this morning anyway. We're going to go down the grid this, we'll do it this way. So after a few minutes of qualifying, about 5 minutes of qualifying, we've got a new name to me, Stormfly VR46. Now, I'm not very good with flags, but I believe that is Dutch. Is it the Netherlands? So we've got the Flying Dutchman there then, if it is the Netherlands. If it's not, I apologise. But so Stormfly is on pole. We've got Niggle, very familiar face, in second. We've got P. White in third. Declan is fourth in the Hot Wheels. Phaser is fifth. Grahamid Ali is sixth. Archer is seventh. Kean is eighth. Slowpoke in ninth. Hodgie is 10th. Biggie 11th. Castrian 12th. And Viking 13th. So that's the grid for this first race. So we'll get this underway. 15 minutes. That's about it, really. It's a 15-minute sprint race. Get round as quick as you can. Now, as far as tyres goes, then all compounds have to be used throughout the 3 races. So if you're using softs in race 1, you've got to use mediums or hards for the next, and in the last race you use the one you've not used already, if that makes sense. Of course it does, you know it does. So on with the racing. Stormfly, well, I don't really know much about him actually, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. He's out there in the lead at the minute. Obviously he's done the quickest lap in qualifying, so he started on pole, and he's still out there in front. He's got Niggle just behind him. Well, Niggle, we know he's quick. As long as those batteries keep up, then Niggle will keep up. Declan in third, who already picked up a penalty, and there's quite a battle going on for third and fourth there. We've got Archer now. What's happened to Archer? He's pulled over. Let's have a look. There was a bit of a battle. There's P. White, there's Phaser in there. Archer's just coming through. Now then, what's happened here? Because Archer's just pulled over. Oh, now then, he's clipped Phaser, and I think Archer's took responsibility for that, but I don't think it was Archer's fault, if I'm honest. I'm going to go back and have another look at this. I don't think Archer really had anywhere to go, and he certainly didn't cause the issue from what I can see. and let's just have another look, shall we? P. White and Fazer are really going at it. Yeah, that's a tough one, that is. I think Fazer might have come across Archer a little bit. Good of Archer to take responsibility. Well done to him for that. He's pulled over, he's let Fazer through, but I don't know. That's a tough one, but well done to Archer for that. A lot of respect being shown on track. So let's just go back up to the top and have a look what's happening now. Stormfly, he seems to be opening a bit of a gap up back to Niggle, which is unusual. There's not many people who can get away from Niggle, to be fair. He's still there, don't get me wrong. Look, you can see the gap is what, 1.5 seconds, something like that. So Niggle's still there, but Stormfly doing a fantastic job, both on soft tyres. So we will have a look. Let's have a go down. Declan in third, great start for him in the opening few laps here at Atlanta. Declan up into third, Kean is fourth, and he's got a half-second penalty. That's going to play a big part in this race, I think, the penalties. But Kean in fourth at the minute, he's on the softs. Graham Ali, he's on the hards, tends to go for the hard compound first, does Graham. Get them out of the way nice and early. Doing a good job at the minute though, in fifth. As we go around turn 6 and 7. I've said it before, we usually treat turn 6 and 7 as one big turn. And then we've got a three-way battle for P6. We've got P White, Slowpoke and Viking all battling it out there for P6. Now in the slipstream, side by side goes Slowpoke and P White, with Viking just sitting there in the background, just watching all this unfold. Slowpoke's on the inside. Has he got the brakes? Yes, he has. He managed to get that car slowed down. So the move was done. Put Slowpoke up into 6th, P White into 7th, and Viking in 8th. So Viking, he's seen that. He fancies a bit of this as well. And he's putting the challenge in. P White is coming back though, isn't he? P White is coming back at Slowpoke as they go into turn 1. Thought he was going to have a bit of a cheeky look up the inside there, but backed out. Now then, where's Viking? Viking has made the move. So Viking has gone through onto P White. I think that caught P White out actually. He was maybe thinking of making the move on Slowpoke. Took his eye off of Viking, and Viking took full advantage and moved through there. Great move from Viking. And now Viking, he's having a look at Slowpoke. He fancies his chance. Oh, where's he gone? Oh my, it's all happening. Let's get out of this car and see what's happened to Viking Daddy. I'm calling him Viking Daddy. I've got to stop doing that. It's Viking. I do apologise. I keep doing it. But we're just coming out of the bottom of the S's, and too much power onto the curb and bang into the barrier. Oh, and 1.5 seconds as well, just to rub salt in it. So that was unlucky for Viking. He was thinking of putting a challenge in on Slowpoke. Got to the bottom of the hill at turn 5, and there we go. 1.5 seconds for Viking. How unlucky is that? As we go back up again, just having a look at this this mid pack. This is where the fight seems to be happening at the minute. Slowpoke now moved up to the back of Grahamid Ali. Now Grahamid is on the hard tyres, as we've seen, so it's only going to be a matter of time, I think, before Slowpoke can get in. He has a bit of a look up the inside there, but thought better of it. That's not the best of places to try and overtake. It's a case of just biding your time and waiting until you get somewhere a little bit wider. So Slowpoke tucked underneath Grahamid, and this is where we have a look onto the inside into turn 1. Have we got the line? No. Yes, no, yes, no. Yes, no. Graham is still in there. Graham on the hard tyres, he's putting up a tremendous fight. He's not going to give up P5 easily, but eventually Slowpoke makes it through and goes through to P5. Grahamid drops down into P6, and he's now got P White and Biggie. And Biggie has moved up into the picture as well. He's on the hard tyres as well, and he's moved up into 8th. Archer's made his way back up into 9th after that little incident with Fazer early doors. Viking down in 10th with Fazer 11th. Hodgie in 12th. It's unusual to see Hodgie down there, but he is on the hard tyres, and these Beetles do not like the hard tyres. They really do struggle. Softs, they are amazing cars to drive. Mediums, not too bad, but the hard tyres, they just do not like them. And Castrian down in 13, he's on the medium, so he must have had a bit of a moment. He's got the traction on. You can see the back end of that Beetle trying to come round on him. So this is how tricky they are to drive, but he's got the traction on. Right, for me, it's the right way to do things. So back up to the top, let's have a look. We are just approaching the 6-minute mark, and Stormfly is, well, he is storming off, isn't he? Look at the gap between himself and Niggle, and as I say, there are not many that can run away from Niggle, especially when they're on the same compound tyres. But Niggle is still there in second. He's just waiting for Stormfly to make a mistake, so the Dutchman really is flying at the minute in that Beetle. He has settled right into it. I think this is his, I'm right in saying this is Stormfly's first race in the Beetle, but he has taken to it like a duck to water, as they say. Declan's still sitting in third. He's having a fantastic race, is Declan, in the Hot Wheels mobile. So well done to him. He's got quite a gap then back to Kian. He's there somewhere, if the cameraman can catch up. There he is, there's Kian, and happy birthday to Kian, who recently had a birthday, so happy birthday to you. Currently sitting in fourth in, I think it's I can't work it out if it's a dinosaur or a lizard. Fantastic livery, whatever it is, but it's either a dinosaur or a lizard. But that's Kian in fourth, he's on the soft tyres. So the top four guys all going with the softs. Then in fifth is Biggie. He's got past Slowpoke. He's on the hard tyres, and Slowpoke also on the hard. So Biggie and Slowpoke having their own little private battle going on here. So yeah, Biggie in fifth, coming under pressure. Slowpoke trying to keep the pressure on him. Slowpoke in the Christmas livery. Remember, this race was ran just in the lead up to Christmas. That's why the Christmas livery's on. Archer, well, Archer's having a great recovery race, isn't he? He's moved up to 7th. I think it was lap 1 or 2. He had that coming together with Phaser, which put him all the way to the back. He waited. I didn't think he needed to, but he did quite, and well done to him. And he's made his way up to 7th, so he's having a great recovery race at the minute, and he's going to be challenging Slowpoke very shortly as well, as they get onto this back straight. 0.7 miles of it, 0.79 miles of it actually, so we can get into top speed. So through what would be the penalty zone area, down the hill, into the braking zone, into this chicane, trying to get on the power as early as you can, but again, these cars very twitchy at the rear end, so too much power too early, and it will bite you. But Archer tucked right underneath. Let's jump on board, shall we, with Archer as we're chasing Slowpoke down into turn 1. Up the hill. Now turn 2 is a blind bend. You can't see the apex until you're actually on it. And then we go through and into the S's, and this is what this track is famous for, and you can see why it's called the S's. That view there from Archer's cockpit. Into turn 5, try not to drift too far out onto the right. You will pick a penalty up if you end up out there. Archer lost a bit of time there going through turn 5, and that's allowed Viking to go through. Viking took full advantage of Archer's mistake. So Viking moves up into 7th. Archer's going to carry on fighting him though. So we've got this little group of 4 fighting it out, being led by Biggie. He's okay at the minute. What's he got? A couple of car lengths gap back to Slowpoke as they come down the hill towards the chicane and turns 10, well 10A and 10B, strangely enough. They don't call it 10 and 11, it's 10A and 10B, but there we go. I don't make the rules. As we go down the order, Hodgie's still sitting in 10th, Castro in 11th, Grahamid now has dropped down to 12th, so he's obviously had a bit of a moment somewhere, but it's those hard tyres, he'll be glad to get rid of them, I'm sure he will. We've only got another 5 minutes, Graham, and you'll be gone. Got rid of them. Phaser also, he's got the Christmas livery on as well, but Phaser sit down there in 13th. He's struggling on those hard tyres. back up to the top, our current race leader and fastest lap as well, a 1:18.2 for Stormfly, and well, he's just looking comfortable, isn't he? Led right from the start, got pole position, and well, he's just stayed there, hasn't he? And the gap back to Niggle now is well, I've got to hazard a guess at the seconds, but I would say it's about 7 seconds, something like that. Declan's still in third, so great racing from Declan. Kian in fourth. So not a lot happening really between the top four, but then when we drop down to fifth, Viking's managed to get past Biggie, so he's now moved up into fifth. Biggie in sixth, Slowpoke seventh, Slowpoke carrying a penalty, and he's got Archer practically pushing him along. So Slowpoke's going to serve that penalty, and if Archer stays next to him, then he's going to lose that P7. Archer's going to move up. But these guys battling away well. Slowpoke on the hard tyres, Archer on the medium, so Archer really could do with getting past Slowpoke to try and catch up to the likes of Biggie and Viking on the mediums as well. So yeah, Archer really being held up by the guys in front of him as we go through turn 7 and then on to the back straight. Now if Archer can get in the slipstream, obviously Slowpoke's got to serve that penalty, so Archer's going to take P7. It's whether he can get close enough to Biggie. Then you could see Slowpoke was tucked right underneath Biggie actually. Now that's actually helped the drag that he was picking up. Oh, Archer goes onto the grass, he's back on again. Well, did he mean that? I don't know. What's happened? Where's he? Whoa. Well, we're going to go back and have a look at that, hasn't it? I mean, the lag, I think it was Viking actually took off. Let's follow Viking through. You can see Slowpoke has got right underneath Biggie. Biggie shot through. Archer went on the grass, and now this is where it all seemed to go berserk. Viking, look at the speed around there. That's definitely got to be something to do with lag. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button, sorry, I do apologise, but this is so funny, we've got to keep watching this. I'm watching Biggie this time, because Biggie suddenly seemed to speed up as well. He went by Viking, because Viking practically stopped. Biggie seemed to speed up. Viking actually took off. Archer, I don't know, where did Archer go? Archer went onto the grass. Well, absolute chaos there. Well, oh, and well, there we go. The lobby's completely gone. The lobby has completely collapsed. There is only 6 people on track now. Everybody else seems to have been kicked out. So I think, where are we now? It's just coming up to 13 minutes. This race is going to have to be a bit of a null and void one. It's got to get called. We're just following Slowpoke and Biggie at the minute. They're the only 2 racing. Stormfly's still going, Niggle's still going. Biggie and Slowpoke having a bit of a fight to the end. P White, he's still going, and Hodgie is still going. So the only real battle that's going on is between Biggie and Slowpoke, but it is all irrelevant because of the lobby has kicked everybody out. So this one, I think, will be null and void. I mean, I hope not. There's decent points to be had here, but it's not fair on the other guys, is it? That got kicked out. We're just going to follow these guys through. I can't remember. Obviously, I'm racing, but I can't remember if we finished the race or not. I just need a swig of drink. I'm going to be bringing race 2 and 3 straight after this as well, so if you haven't got yourself a drink and your popcorn and whatever it is you like to snack on while watching these races, go off and get it. I'm going to follow this to the end. It's we're in the 14th minute now of a 15-minute race, so this one will be over soon, although sorting the points out, well, I just, like I say, I think it's going to be a null and void race, but these guys are continuing. Biggie is just opening up a little bit of a gap back to Slowpoke. These were the only two that were actually racing. Not that it counts. This is going to be the very last lap. Stormfly, well, he's stopped. Niggle has stopped. Just short of the line. I think they don't want to do another lap. I think that's what it's all about. So Stormfly and Niggle have both stopped just short of the line, so they don't have to do another lap. Biggie's going to come across in third. Slowpoke is going to take fourth, but does it count? No, of course it doesn't. P White will finish in fifth with Hodgie sixth. So we started off with, oh God, I can't remember now. What was it? 12. And we're down to 6. So that was the lobby kicking everybody out. So that'll do us for this race. Apologies it finished the way it did, but join me for races 2 and 3 very shortly.